C# 12 features that will blow your mind. Oh, get ready for some good news. Microsoft's gone and added a bunch of shiny new features to C# 12 Preview. In this session, we're gonna dive right into these cool new features. So, let's go. Before entering deep into C# 12, please subscribe to this channel for more informative videos. Primary constructors for non-record classes and structs. This is the first feature of the C# 12 preview. This feature can help reduce boilerplate code and make it easier to initialize properties and use constructor parameters in methods and accesses. The primary constructor parameters are available throughout the body of the class. So, you know how properties aren't made automatically for primary constructor parameters in non-record classes and structs? Well, turns out you've got to make them yourself to show which data is out in the open. That's pretty much in line with how classes are usually used, right? Now, here's the cool part. Primary constructors can be a total lifesaver when it comes to dodging the hassle of declaring private fields and, linking parameter values to those fields in those boring constructor bodies. Want to know how to pull it off? Just throw in a this initializer to ring up another constructor for the same class or struct, making sure the primary constructor gets in on the action. Using directives for additional types. This new feature part of C# 12 is not limited to non-nullable value types and also includes tuples with element types or names. We're creating aliases for a tuple, an array of integers, and a nullable integer. You can use these aliases in place of the original type, anywhere that type would normally be used. Default values for lambda expressions. This feature is similar to default values for regular method parameters, and it allows developers to create more flexible and concise lambda expressions. Just add an equals sign and the value you want to assign to the parameter after its declaration. With this, you won't have to rely on the system's default parameter value. To make the code more succinct and readable, use the interop services namespace to establish default values for lambda expression parameters. Before C# 12, developers had to use a local function or the default parameter value attribute to specify default parameter values for lambda expressions. This approach was more cumbersome and less intuitive than the new syntax. It allows developers to write more concise and readable code, as they can provide default values for commonly used parameters. It also helps avoid the repetition of similar lambda expressions with only slight variations in parameter values. Finally, default parameter values for lambda expressions are included in metadata and are available via reflection. This makes it easier for developers to write code that uses lambda expressions dynamically. We've explored some of the new features that Microsoft has introduced in C# 12 preview. These new features, such as primary constructors for non-record classes and structs, using directives for additional types, and default values for lambda expressions, will help developers to write more concise and readable code. Microsoft is continuously working on improving the C# language to make it more efficient and developer-friendly. Developers can expect to see even more advancements in the platform in the near future. Hope you like this video. Please subscribe to this channel.